But we had all the authority we needed.
I'm Daniel Stevenson, I'm a senior here at Elizabethtown, Computer Science and Professional Writing major. I was wondering, what authority does the U.S. have to unilaterally or virtually unilaterally enforce what the UN says, especially given that our dues haven't been paid since prior to almost any of these resolutions, and we haven't obeyed any resolutions ourselves to do that?
Well, I mean, there are several things wrong in your question. The first is that if you go back to a variety of resolutions that have been passed in terms of how they're enforced, there isn't any doubt that everybody who adopted the resolutions knew exactly how they were going to be enforced. And I can tell you from my own personal experience in getting the authorization to use force in the first Persian Gulf War, 678, one of the things we looked at was the authorization to use force in the Korean War, because that was the only time in the entire history of the United Nations that it had authorized force. And the resolution in the case of Korea said that countries should come to the aid of the Republic of Korea, South Korea, and assist forces fighting under the command of the United States. That's what the resolution said in the case of South Korea in 1950. So we thought originally in the case of the first Persian Gulf War, we would say, well, why not write a resolution that says exactly the same thing? And a lot of countries said, oh, look, you can't put we're going to fight under the command of the United States. Saudi Arabia said that. A number of other countries said that. And we said, well, whose command are you going to fight under? And they said, the United States. We said, you know, being straightforward Americans, we said, well, why don't you write that in the resolution? Oh, no, can't do that. That would be bad. That would undercut our political legitimacy. So just write, come to the aid of forces assisting Kuwait's exercise of its legitimate right for self-defense. Everybody will know what that means. It will mean fighting under the command of the United States. So we put that in the resolution. If you look for the words under the command of the United States, it won't be in Resolution 678. But there is nobody who didn't understand exactly what that meant. And when it came to the text of 1441 and the phrase serious consequences, everybody understood what that meant too. This is, you know, the nature of diplomacy, the way you write these things. You can talk about it any way you want. But let's not suffer under the illusion that people didn't know exactly what they were getting into. If the countries on the Security Council don't like the way we pay our assessments, that's up to them. That's fine. They can vote against these resolutions. They don't do it. But they can't, having taken that position, I don't think they've got any equity to complain later about the consequences of their own action. I think that kind of criticism is just immature.
Can I respond quickly?
Sure.
So you're saying that they all knew that serious consequences meant that the U.S. would invade Iraq without a vote that Iraq hadn't been keeping up with?
Absolutely. There wasn't any doubt about it. Do you disagree with that?
I would think that they would have.
Did you watch the debates?
Yes, I did.
And what did they say?
I'm sorry. Well, I don't know the exact.
Yeah, they knew exactly what it meant. They knew exactly what it meant.